For build-to-order pallets, many beverage operations are utilizing carts or Magliner's Cool-Lift pallets. They combine these carts with pallet deliveries if they service large format and small format deliveries from the same gated truck. Many more locations are using conventional route trucks and building 1 or 2 small format retail orders per bay. While the actual loading does not improve the accuracy of the load, the driver errors are reduced and increase the accuracy to the account. This also allows Pepsi to effectively and safely deliver more items on the same truck, given the driver does not have to handle the same case multiple times before it's delivered. This practice usually adds a small cost to the warehouse, but the sales and delivery savings is usually double the cents per case investment. Using starter pallets and having your sales team order accordingly on your top 2 or 3 SKUs not only increases productivity, but also contributes to the accuracy in that it promotes uniform pallet building. Stable pallets are critical in being able to count product. We will see more on the cost impact and balance between accuracy and productivity. We've talked a lot about best practices. Let's take a look at the financial implications. Warehouse is the second largest controllable cost in your business. Let's take a look at the time savings you can mine from implementing the best practices we discussed today. Let's pick an order in a warehouse using the right material handling equipment, starter pallets, dedicated pick areas using flow racking, and compare that to using a forklift in a conventional warehouse. We will compare travel time and pick time for both methods.
Let's get ready to rumble!
The Walkie Rider's off to a fast start as he picks up that starter pallet. The lift picker is just getting started on that Pepsi. The Walkie Rider is just entering the pick area. He's looking good. Still working on that Pepsi. Why did we hire Snoop Dogg when we already had this rapper? And the results are in. The best practice warehouse wins by a margin of 3 minutes per pick pallet. Well, forklift, look on the bright side. We didn't have the Walkie Rider build 2 pallets at once. As we look at the time savings of 3 minutes, let's look how that translates into cost. So our total time savings in this example was 3 minutes per pallet built. Let's just assume that we can do some of the changes to the warehouse and use 1.5 minutes per pallet built as a starting point. Based on an hourly rate of $22 including benefits, we have a savings of 55 cents per pallet. If the average loader builds 43 pallets in a 6-hour session, that would equal $215 per week or almost 12,000 annual pallets. Assuming you have 5 loaders, this would save over $30,000 in costs per year. An A SKU is defined as one of your top selling items that typically would need more than 1 pallet per loading session and could include your top 25 to 35 items. A B SKU is defined as one of your top selling items that typically would need a full pallet during a loading session or high enough volume that full pallet replenishment is always practical. A C SKU is defined as an item that can be chimney stacked or placed in 2 or 3 rows in flow racking and stay in stock for 2 to 3 loading sessions. A D SKU is defined as an item that can be placed in a single lane in flow racking and stay in stock for 2 to 5 loading sessions. As you can see, the Walkie Rider saves the vertical travel time associated with picking product and moving the equipment in the warehouse. Having 2 pallet positions is also a clear benefit in that many times 2 pallets can be picked at once, further reducing travel time in the warehouse. An area to place load sheet paperwork to save addition time and a drink holder are also good ideas that can help reduce travel and pick time. The Walkie Rider is not recommended if loading alone or if the warehouse does not leverage dedicated pick rows. The Walton Beverages warehouse handles 3 million cases in 34,000 square feet and approximately 1,020,000 cubic feet, plus an outdoor back-end loading area covered by an awning. The bottler uses a combination of floor stacking, selective racking, and case flow racking to meet its storage and pick area needs. Racking is assembled using 25-foot uprights and 8-foot cross members, with case flow roller sections inserted where needed for high-frequency, low-volume SKUs. There are 12 rows of racking paired into 6 back-to-back rows. Each row consists of 8 storage columns, each being 8 foot wide, room enough for 2 pallets side by side, and 4 pallets high, including 1 floor placement. Drive aisles are 12 to 14 foot wide, including 1 perpendicular to the rows of racks down the center of the racked storage area, with storage maintained above the drive aisle. Over 1,500 full pallets can be stored in racks, plus an additional number of pallets on the floor for high-volume packages able to be stacked 3 high, such as 12-pack cans and cubes. For about $15,000, you can convert your D and most of your C SKUs into flow racking. For smaller warehouses, you could even leverage split bays or split pallets and/or chimney stack if you wanted to make immediate improvement if you wanted to spread out the cost. While this will clearly improve your productivity, it actually gives your warehouse much more overall handling power. Slot your warehouse so that your fastest moving items are closest to your loading and receiving area. Sort your sales by package. Sort each package group by flavor, highest volume to lowest volume. Place your most stable products that you would place in the bottom of the pallet at the start of the flow and progress by volume away from the loading area. Setting clear expectations for your warehouse team is critical. A process is not fully implemented unless everyone on the team understands it. Tracking performance against your expectations and engaging in coaching is the only way to ensure that your expectations are being met. Having a short pre-shift meeting on a daily basis is a great way of communicating team expectations as well as building team capability. We've talked quite a bit about things the sales team needs from the warehouse. Let's look at some things that need to be in place to ensure the warehouse can meet those expectations. Dispatch paperwork should always be presented to the warehouse on time. In order to accomplish this, the sales department should always have a hard cutoff for orders TCOM from the trade or entered locally. The sales team and warehouse working together on upcoming activity is a must-do. The physical layout of the warehouse should drive the sequence in the handheld if your systems only allow for one sequence. Reducing out of stocks really needs to be a location goal. Everyone can influence the results and must take ownership. Trucks should be in good condition when returning to the plant. Shells separated, trash removed, good product separated from breakage. Let's talk briefly about some key priorities in refreshing your warehouse. Flow racking can increase your pick areas and improve your productivity by reducing overall travel and pick time. Linear picking is a must in reducing travel time. Separate pick areas and reserve areas is the third key deliverable in maximizing productivity and maximizing your warehouse space. So what are the next steps for the locations? Evaluate your current state. Are you meeting the needs of the sales team? Productivity versus costs, accuracy, providing fresh product, keeping out of stocks down? And can you continue to meet those needs? Based on the core warehouse activities, what are your top priorities to improve? Are there changes you can implement on your own or with the help of a racking provider? Do you need assistance? Have you contacted your franchise operations manager? Let's take a quick look at support. PepsiCo has negotiated pricing that will be honored with all bottlers. Depending on your geography, there are 2 primary contacts that can meet your location needs. Your franchise operations managers are available to further support your needs. If you have a problem that you want help in solving, chances are there's another bottler that's also looking to solve the same problem. There's also a good chance that another Pepsi bottler has ideas or a best practice that your franchise operations manager can share with you or help you solve. Thanks again for all you do in the warehouse to keep the flow of Pepsi Cola products moving to the trade.